Welcome back, trainers. So the time has come. Let's go ahead and take a look at the performance of Shadow Mewtwo in the Master League for Go Battle League before the season does end and we do shift over to Season 3 very soon. Depending upon when you watch this, it could be starting already, but it is going to be going down very soon anyways. Yes, I completely maxed this thing out. The IVs are going to be on screen here. It's not going to be the best, but it's not the worst. I'm not too concerned, honestly. I already know even if it had 0 attack and IV, which it can't be, 10 is going to be the floor, it's still going to be performing better than the regular Mewtwo. And actually, asterisk sign, right? So, is it going to be actually better than the regular Mewtwo in PvP? Well, it's very circumstantial. It's obviously going to be doing more damage, but it's not that tanky. It cannot take a hit. It's very glassy, and that is the very unfortunate part. Now, taking a look at some of these battles here, I'm just going to give you my straight up experience. Basically, I save these shields for Mewtwo, and then I end up just getting farmed down with quick moves because it is so frail, and it was a waste. I should have just used my shields on other Pokemon. We'll take a look at that as you can see these battles here. So just looking at Pvpoke, just so you can see a little bit of the ideal matchups as well as the ideal moveset. For one round, I accidentally kept Confusion on because I was using it to go up against the Rocket Grunts, and man, that Confusion on Shadow Mewtwo would take him out in like 2 hits. And I went into Go Battle League with Confusion. I actually won the battle. It should be up here soon. But it was doing a ton of damage, very slow energy gain, but man, was it nasty. And don't you just love that kind of electricity going around it? You also have the shadow smoke as well. Really did a good job on this. It would have been really cool to see the Pokémon style Shadow Mewtwo, but like we discussed before, this was probably going to line up just like this. Anyways, we're just taking a look at the performance for different movesets here. Now, going over the simulators, the best combination moveset apparently is going to be Psystrike and Focus Blast. And as you've seen in the beginning of the video, I do have Psystrike on my Shadow Mewtwo, and you will have to use an Elite TM to get that move on it. Of course, you're going to have to TM away Frustration to begin with during the event. Otherwise, if you didn't, you're going to be stuck with Frustration until the next Team Go Rocket event, in which we're going to be able to TM away Frustration on our Shadow Pokemon. And then buying that secondary move is going to be also very expensive. So very steep Pokemon to put your resources into. Is it worth it for PvP? I'm going to say not really. Just straight up, not really. That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the performance, but it's very similar to the regular Mewtwo if you already had one. But here's the thing. Here is the thing. We will be discussing this in another video as well, and that's the fact that this is going to be an absolutely beastly of a monster going up against Raids, the Shadow Mewtwo. Okay, so it is going to be great with all kinds of different moves. This thing has Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Future Sight, Psystrike, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball. I mean, if you wanted to Elite TM it, Psystrike, and then buy a secondary move and then use another Elite TM to get Shadow Ball, by all means, go for it. Is it going to be worth it? I would say don't jump the gun quite yet, all right? There might be another opportunity in which we're going to be able to get another Shadow Mewtwo, and you might get a better one. I'm just saying. They might bring this out for the general public who did not purchase a GoFest ticket. I can see them doing that later down the line. Who knows when, so don't hold your breath for that. But going back to Shadow Mewtwo in Raids, the thing is it's just going to be doing a lot of work. It's so good. It's going to be outputting a ton of damage. So as far as that, yes, it will be worth it. And one more question I want to address, because I see it all over Twitter in some of my comments, people asking, should I purify my Shadow Mewtwo? If I do, it's going to be a 100. And to that, I'm going to say 100% absolutely not. Do not purify your Shadow Mewtwo's, whatever you do. Everybody can do whatever they want, and however they play, go for it. But I'm going to just give you a word of caution. Do not purify your Shadow Mewtwo. That was the whole point of having it, was so we can have this just extremely OP psychic type attack, or I mean even ice, fire, or fighting type attacker, however you like to combination up your moves or whatever you're going to do. But anyways, Shadow Mewtwo. I have it maxed out. We used an Elite TM. Let's see the performance here. So like I was describing, having energy on this thing is going to be great, right? But the problem is this. I find myself doing a lot of damage, but the opponent just barely surviving and then able to take me out potentially with quick moves because we are just so frail. That is the unfortunate part. Its moves are extremely strong. So basically, if you had an opponent with 75% health, you're more than likely going to be able to take them out with your Mewtwo. Focus Blast, I mean, is going to be able to one-shot pretty much anything that is going to be weak to fighting. I mean, it is going to one-shot everything that is weak to fighting, period. That thing is just absolutely devastating. As far as Psystrike, it is just hitting hard, of course. It was already doing so regular, but now you're going to be doing 20% more damage. So yeah, you're also going to be able to spam those quite frequently with the Psycho Cut. So you definitely want to combo it up with that. So we are going to be using different teams here throughout this video. I was just messing around. We did drop our score quite a bit because we've been testing out some fun shadow Pokemon, folks, and getting to rank 10 was the whole thing, so we can have fun here. I say this in every time I do a battle video, but just want to let you know again, I'm not concerned about that. So we do have the Rhyperior out here. We're just going to go straight for the Focus Blast. I wonder what they're thinking, like, what the heck? Shadow Mewtwo maxed out, let's go, Poke. All right, so they're bringing in the Groudon. We're going to be able to go for the neutral Psystrike damage. Look at that. Look at that, bringing it down to about 25%. But the thing is, here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about. We're going to be able to get to another one, but they're able to get to a Fire Punch. And our Psycho Cut is just not doing enough damage. That's the problem. And then if you go with Confusion, you're not going to be able to spam your charge moves as fast as Psycho Cut. So this Shadow Mewtwo is in this like limbo where, yes, it's good. It's doing a lot of damage, but at the same time, it's so squishy. And it's just not doing enough damage. And leaving them so they can farm you down. But that's not going to say there's not going to be people out there who have the finesse to make this thing work beautifully in the Master League. I just was throwing some weird combinations together and having a little fun. This is going to be probably my doing Master League today. Open Master League with legendaries and mythicals. I've probably already, or maybe I've only done like 2 before this, so I wasn't 100% with the, familiar with the meta. I haven't been around, looking around and seeing what people use too often other than just watching a few people on Twitch. So I knew there was going to be Groudons. I came prepared for that. Otherwise, I didn't really know too much of the shift. I don't really think there was too much there anyways. So we're going to be starting it off with Melmetal here. This is great up against the Dialga, of course. So what Mewtwo has to fear are Pokemon with hard-hitting quick moves, or something like Dragon Breath, something like Charm, right? Those things are going to be doing a lot of damage very fast, and Mewtwo does not like to see that. So if you're holding on to your Shadow Mewtwo for the very end, as well as your shields, you're like, all right, this is going to be good. I'm going to be able to build up my energy and just sweep their team. I mean, potentially, maybe, but also if they do have Pokemon that are just hitting hard with their quick moves, well, your plans are probably going to fall apart, as it did happen to me a few times here. So going in with our Togekiss up against the Groudon here, and they're hitting us with Fire Punch. They're swapping into their own Togekiss. We're going to go straight into our Mewtwo, and here's a prime example. Take a look at the health just melting away from the Charm here. Of course, every time I use a charge move on the Shadow Mewtwo, without question, it seems like everybody's shielding, because the first one at least, it just, you're expecting it to do a ton of damage, so you're going to shield whatever it does throw at you. So bringing in the Groudon, we're able to get to the Psystrike here. Let's see how much damage this is going to do. We're able to take out that Groudon and take the win with the Shadow Mewtwo. Let's get it. So we're starting it off with the Melmetal again, met with another Dialga, and we're just going to obviously stay in here, build up to 2 superpowers. I'm quite familiar with this from when I was actually doing Master League quite a bit with Garchomp and all that stuff, and our regular Shadow, or should I say regular shiny Mewtwo with Psystrike. Alright, so we're able to get 1 shield out of them here. And I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. It's going to just be an Iron Head. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and go for another superpower here. And they're going to be using both shields on their Dialga. And at this point, they have energy. So what we're going to do is just go in with our Togekiss back here. We're going to let this go through. And here is one of those things I was talking exactly about. And the fact that I was trying to save my shields for my Mewtwo, thinking I'm going to sweep. I think I'm still going to be able to win, but just it's not something you necessarily want to do. So check it out. Bringing in Kyogre. Waterfall damage, doing a lot. That's one of those quick moves that's going to be hurting, especially Mewtwo with neutral damage. And so Glassy. So our quick move's just not doing enough. We're going to be using our shield, okay, but we still have one. It doesn't seem like the last shield is really going to do us much help here. So taking them down, and in comes Rhyperior. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to Focus Blast, so I just go for a Psystrike here. Doing a lot of damage, but not enough. As you can see, we get taken out with one shield. I was saving them for Mewtwo, but the thing just can't take hits and we go down. So we're met with a Groudon with our Melmetal. That is a horrible lead, so we're going to be swapping into Togekiss here. And they're going for that Fire Punch and continuing on. Expecting another one, and what we're going to do is, I don't think we're going to farm all the way down. We're probably going to go for a Flamethrower here, which is going to be doing more damage than Ancient Power. And I'm not really trying to fish for that boost. They are going to be using a shield, which is fine, getting a shield out of them here. Going to go ahead and let this go through and just farm with something. Or we're going to be able to take them out. Let's go. And they're going to be going in there with the Dialga. We're going to go in with Melmetal here and see what their moves are going to do. They're swapping into the Giratina Origin. And here we go again. Another one of these Pokemon that is going to be doing a lot of damage with its quick move to Mewtwo because, well, it's going to be super effective. And any sort of quick move from them is going to be able to take us out. Obviously not full health. Ominous Wind's not going to do that, but still going to hurt quite a bit. Even if we're at half health, that's probably going to easily take us out. So going for another one, we're just going to let that go down here. Bringing in the Melmetal, and it's not looking too good for us here. Going for that Rock Slide. Still have a shield left. So check this out. Let's see what we do here. We're going to be shielding up this Iron Head, building up to 2 superpowers. We're going to go ahead and go for the 1 and then another, and this should be able to secure the win for us. It wasn't looking so great, but we're able to pull it back with our old trusty Melmetal. The Pokemon that I did have equipped was going to be the Togekiss. Otherwise, I didn't have anything equipped as best buddy throughout all these other matches here. So met with another Dialga, and is there an algorithm? Because I'm having good leads, you're like, well, you're not talking about the algorithm. Yes, there is. I'm just getting good leads. You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why I'm getting all these Dialgas. Is because I tanked my score and I was just playing horribly. Well, I wouldn't say I was playing horribly. I was picking whack teams and just trying to mess around, see what kind of reaction I can get at people on the Go Battle League. And well, I bet you the reactions were happy because it's the last day and they're trying to get up to the highest rank that they can, and they were beating me because the team comps were horrible, and because of that, the result is me getting good leads. So yes, I still think the algorithm is real, folks. Anyways, they're bringing in their Melmetal here. This isn't great. We're going to have to go for a Flamethrower and expecting the shield out of them here. And they can't farm us. They're going to build up a bunch of energy, that's for sure. So they have a loaded energy on that Melmetal here. And they're swapping immediately into their Togekiss to take us out. And we're going to be going into our Mewtwo here with 2 shields again. So you can see exactly what I'm talking about, how it's just not great to save your shields. Now, if you had shields and energy, I suppose that would work out. But you better burn those shields on your opponent quick. So taking out that Melmetal, and we're actually able to take the win this time around. So we got lucky there. Melmetal's quick moves are exactly the best. Or the Thundershock, right? That's the only one it does have. So we were met with a regular Mewtwo here. So we're going to have to maybe call the bluff on the Focus Blast. Let it go through, shield it up. What are we going to do? I do believe I let this go through here, and it is a Focus Blast. And every time that happens, all I can think about is what the other person is thinking or their facial expression. Like, yes, probably a big old smile. So bringing in our own Togekiss here. Going to farm it down. And letting that Psystrike go through. They're going to be bringing in their Dialga. This isn't a great situation at all for us. This is horrible. Well, it's not horrible, but we have Mewtwo in the back, which is so frail. And this thing has loaded energy, the Dialga. So we can go for a Psystrike at this point, and it will KO, absolutely. But I'm afraid of a double Iron Head here. So maybe I should have built up a little bit more. But I was thinking I want to take out this Dialga before it does Dragon Breath me down. Even though I have shields, I mean, they're coming in handy here. So building up a little bit of extra energy in hopes that I can take out whatever's in the back there. I don't think it's happening. And it's going to be a Groudon, and we go down there. Yes, I had a Psystrike, but I was trying to build up to 2. Otherwise, there was no winning conditions. So I met with another Dialga. All right, let's go, folks. They're swapping into Groudon, and we're going to go immediately into our Togekiss. Now, this trainer here had something special going on. I do believe it might be this one. Oh, yeah, Fire Blast. Let's go. I applaud this trainer for having that. That's amazing. Well played. So we're going to be going for Flamethrower here. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them. And we do. Great. So what else do they have? They have Fire Blast and Earthquake. Okay, decent combination there. That is definitely going to throw your opponents off for sure. So we're going to go in here with our Mewtwo. And we wanted to farm down. They're swapping into Metagross. And we're going to go straight for Focus Blast. Let's see what this does. And they're shielding it up. Dang it, come on. All right, one thing's for sure, Shadow Mewtwo gets shields. All right, so bringing in our Melmetal, going for a Focus Blast here. This is not good because now we're locked in here with lower attack, lower defense, and this thing, I thought it was going to farm me a little bit more. I don't think they're in a position to do so because I could take them out with Focus Blast. They wanted to get off that Earthquake and potentially take us out or get a shield out of us. And we're going for another one. Dropped our attack quite significantly at this point, and we have a Dialga. So they did swap. I don't think you saw that. So making us waste our energy there. We're going to be going into our Mewtwo here. And they're going to be throwing their energy. Going to be shielding this up to see if we can get to a Focus Blast. If we can potentially win this. Oh, we're so close. Did you see that? All right. So I think we should still be able to win this. All right. Can we? All right. 2 superpowers. We're looking great. As long as we can get both of these off, we should be able to take them out. There's 1 and here's 2, and we're going to be able to take the win again with the Melmetal in the back, pulling up the win for us. Let's go. So performance so far, what do you think about Mewtwo? It hits hard for sure. That's absolutely certain, but it just cannot take hits. I mean, charge moves, that's a given, but quick moves, it's, oh man, it's not great. But I have no regrets, to be honest with you, because I'm just thinking raids as well, right? And this is fun to do. I don't think I'm going to use it in Season 3 anytime until I get to rank 10 or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, can't wait to test it out in the raids to see what this thing is going to be made of for sure. Did look at some simulators, and it is going to be beating the regular Mewtwo going up against Machamp, I do believe, by 10 seconds. We'll take more look at that in the future. Anyways, going for the Psystrike, and we do go down right as we get that off afterwards. And we're using Dragonite now, and they swap immediately into their Togekiss, and we're going to be going right into our Melmetal. And this is a great situation, right? We love this battle here. So if you did enjoy this, folks, please give it a big thumbs up. It does help me out quite a lot. I hope you had a great Go Fest, and I do understand all of the concerns that are going out there about how, you know, the content wasn't there. Depending upon your country, some places there's, you know, they paid a lot of money for the ticket, then they grinded the whole time and got, what, a couple of shinies? Yeah, I mean, I would be a little upset too if I played the entire duration and got 1 shiny per day or 2 shinies per day. But personally, my expectations were low. I wasn't looking for shinies, and I mean, it's nice getting them, but honestly, I was just going into this event like, I'm gonna have a good time, I'm gonna relax, gonna bring you guys some content, and see what happens with the shadow stuff, which everything came true to what I wanted. It was great. I love this whole TM away frustration stuff. I love shadow Pokemon. The first event was on my birthday, so I think it has just a special place with me. So but real quick, let's, you know, you can keep watching these battles here, but I just want to talk about this because it's tied into GoFest with the Shadow Mewtwo and everything. If I wasn't into the Rocket Stops or Shadow Pokemon, that would be a bust. I would be pretty upset. I feel like they should have had something else going all along the side of the Rocket stuff that they did have happening for people who were just simply not interested in that. Not everybody wants Shadow Pokemon. Not everybody wants strong attacking Pokemon, or they're just collectors, in which they could have just simply went out and just grinded because of the spawns, right? So, I mean, I'm just trying to see eye to eye here, but it doesn't matter whatever angle I do take. Somebody's going to say, well, this happened, or I don't agree with that, right? But I understand, and I'm trying to see eye to eye here. Personally, for myself, though, I had fun. It was nice. Day 2 was great. I didn't feel like I was trying to keep up with anybody. Oh, let's keep going. I just felt like I can do it at my own pace. The balloons were just floating in, and I was able to just take those out at my leisure. It was very enjoyable personally, I thought, right? Other than the bugs that did happen, yeah. So I do feel that they could add just a touch of extra content, just a touch here and there, a little sprinkle, a little sweet and sour here and there. But they'll this is the first time they did this, so I feel like I was also thinking if they added extra content, maybe it would have just made their servers even worse. So yeah. Anyways, taking out the Dialga with the Psystrike, and we have the Melmetal here. And what are we gonna do? Shield this up? Yeah, we're gonna shield this up. They have no more shields. We're building extra energy. They swap into their Giratina origin form, and we're going right into our Garchomp. I know I'm going to be able to survive this Shadow Ball, and as soon as we get off this Outrage, they're going to be very low, farming a little bit extra. This is the final battle, folks. Taking them out, looking good, and not able to get that off, but the Mewtwo is going to come in here and finish off the job with Focus Blast. Thanks for watching, and again, if you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's go Shadow Mewtwo. Can't wait to use it some more. Thanks for watching and take care.